Welcome back to @Frank.
Sometimes I hate it here.
We just added a new role to our Discord server that's Frank, so we could just say Frank. Frank was saying that he busted up his knee by doing a sick basketball trick, and it reminded me of nostalgic times in high school when you busted up your knee doing a sick volleyball trick.
Yeah.
It was not a basketball trick. It was, in fact, one, droplet of water.
But you remember that iconic time, Frank? That period where your knee was fucked up for 10 years in high school?
Dare you think I would forget such a thing when my knee exploded while playing volleyball? No, I don't think I did forget, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was like a balloon. Popped open, little candy spread out all over the floor, and everyone went and grabbed and ate it all.
Yeah, everyone just started eating my ligament that tore off. It was very fucked up.
Is it the same knee? Is it
yes.
Because that knee's still fucked up?
I don't know if it's because of that. Basically, I was carrying my cat to let her out, and so I couldn't see that there was the tiniest splotch of water on the hardwood floor. And so my foot caught that tiny bit of water, and then my leg just kicked out. It happened so fast that I'm not sure if I hit my knee on something, or if it was just because it slipped out, might have stretched out too much. Before I knew it, I had bounced off of the fucking hardwood floor, and I almost slammed my head in the corner of the wall. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's in a weird way, it's a good thing it was just your knee.
Yeah.
What happened, Frank? Now you got rid of the skeleton. You're back to being a skeleton man.
Can you not use a
I
weapon
took
for
off
your
the
dragon?
armor.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to pick between a weapon or the dragon armor, because the dragon armor is also a weapon.
Oh.
It gives me the fire breath.
Yeah.
Pictures on top of a dormant volcano.
Doesn't look dormant.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
It's relatively active.
It looks pretty active. There's a lot of fire going on right now.
This great flood. Oh, right, this is the floodgate. Yeah.
Maybe they just mean it's not exploding. It's not having a, what is it called where you make you make a paper mache volcano and you put baking soda?
Baking soda?
Yeah.
Yeah, baking soda volcano,
Yeah.
I think it's just called.
Yeah.
I never made a baking soda volcano, I think. Actually, maybe I did.
I don't
Maybe I did.
I don't think
I used to
made
make
one,
them all
but
the time as a kid.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was
Did you
my
submit it
favorite
to the
science
fair
trick.
and get first place.
No.
He just did it in the kitchen and annoyed his mum.
He's just constantly making baking soda volcanoes
just
out of
everywhere.
everything that he can get his hands on.
You're like, where's my keys underneath another freaking baking
one made
soda?
out of the fucking curtain, and then one made out of the fucking I was gonna say drapes, the curtains and the drapes.
Yeah, it's made out of the power bill. Just paper mache.
Sometimes you do want to just turn your power bill into a little baking soda volcano and get at least some joy out of it.
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't King died before his time, couldn't be me. See?
Stephanie, zoom in.
That seems a bit extreme.
I gotta drown. Again, this is like the anthill. We're pouring the molten lava down the anthill to kill all the
Yeah. I found a weird insect creature at work the other day. And then I picked it up.
Eat it?
No, I didn't eat it.
Oh.
I picked it up to show everyone because I'm like, look at
Why
this.
didn't you eat it? You should have eaten it like the guy from the movie that Liam likes to make memes about.
There are two types of people in this world. People who see an unidentified insect and stay away, and Mabini. The amount of people that will pick up a thing that they don't know what it is and die shortly afterwards is staggering.
Yes.
Mabini, Mabini has always been one to be one of those statistics.
Yeah. I had gloves on. That's why I was brave enough to pick it up.
One day, Mabini and I were at the beach, and he picked up a little thing. He's like, look at this octopus. It's got cool blue rings on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
You're like, get it away from me. Get it away from me. I'm like, it's harmless. It's just an octopus.
I was like, you should eat it.
Yeah, and then I kissed it.
There's literally a subreddit called No Touchy, where it's just a series of people picking up bugs that they shouldn't. And everyone's saying, oh, that's the most deadly bug of all time that someone's just handling about.
Yep.
Cool. Can you describe the bug?
Yes, it looked like a cross between a cockroach and it looked like a cockroach that didn't have its armor on. It was like a rubbery little dude.
I don't remember where the fucking
A
chalice
rubber
was.
roach.
Yeah, some sort of roach.
A condom roach.
Yeah. I thought it was an insect. Now I think it's like a little lizard.
It was like a little rubber toy, a little prank toy.
I was like, here we are in 2025 and we're still discovering new creatures.
On factory floors.
Yeah. I'm like, what are we creating here at this company?
Okay.
We're just accidentally breeding dangerous
It's
creatures.
the meme. I guess we're doing weird bugs.
Yeah, yeah.
You've seen that meme, haven't you, Mabini?
No.
The guess we're doing circles now meme?
No, I haven't seen it. Stephanie put it up on screen.
My favorite version of that is, unsurprisingly, a Sonic one, where it's like the ultimate life form factory.
Yeah.
And it starts off with the bio lizard, and then it goes to Shadow, and it's the guy going, I guess we're doing hedgehogs now.
Yeah. Yes. That's like what we've got in supercars at the moment, where they've like, at first they were talking about winning championships, and it's like, oh, I guess we're taking pay drivers now. Actually, there was some funny memes that came out
Here
of
we are once again.
Bathurst the other week, that Will Brown and Brody
assholes
Kostecki,
want it this time.
who are both championship winners, they've got a podcast, and Will Brown was showing Brody Kostecki all the great memes that he had on his phone from Brody Kostecki got pole position at Bathurst, and while he was doing that, he was also like engaging in politics and complaining that the Ford that he was driving was not fast enough. And so like there he is on pole position going, it's just not fair. And there's like a picture of him with like a
Pacifier?
Pacifier, a dummy we call it in Australia. Yeah, so it's just like being a big baby. There's a lot of great memes that came out of that.
I believe we have 3 levels left, if I recall correctly. We're getting there.
Holy shit.
And then we're going to do New Game Plus.
Yeah, totally.
We're going to jump straight into MediEvil 2.
We could. Don't tempt me.
Would you want MediEvil 2 to be your next Frank game? You're locking it in now. Frank's
I mean,
lock of the week.
I've tossed in the giant pile of shit that I could do next, like whatever.
We worked
All right,
out.
so
No,
I've
like I
taken
said,
the
it's
catapult
Mabini's turn.
out of
It's
the-
Mabini's sleepover. He gets to pick the game.
Yeah.
I thought
So this is actually cut content. Fun fact. Originally, they were going to have a level where this
Hidden Palace zone.
cutscene takes up, where you're being chased by the Jabberwocky, which is the Jabberwocky behind me.
Yeah.
Oh, so
And
it's
it was
like,
like-
oh,
it was
look, it's a
gonna be
boss
like
fight,
a-
but you don't get to do
Well,
it.
yeah, it was gonna. From my understanding, it was gonna be like a Crash Bandicoot Boulder level, where you're like running away from the camera.
Man, don't you just love it when games have very obviously cut content? Reminds me of, Alice the Madness Returns, where like all the boss fights got caught, but not the models and like the intro cutscenes. So every time you walk into a boss fight, it appears and it goes, "Ma, I'm a big boss," and then gets defeated.
Hey, I remember this from
instantly.
Demon Souls when the eagle carries you across the land.
What about Dark Souls?
This
when
is
the
Treasure
eagle carries you
Planet.
at the beginning of the game.
Treasure Planet going on right now.
I don't remember
This
the
is Treasure
pirate
Planet.
ship though. In Demon Souls,
There isn't Dark Souls 2.
not a flying one.
Literally every single fort that has gone through FromSoft's head went through MediEvil first. MediEvil ran so Dark Souls could crawl.
Yeah.
Also, I hope you're ready to hear more Dan crying out in pain. I'm probably
wanna
going to
hear
fall
some
to my
sea
death
shanties.
several times.
You ever play Wild Woody, Frank?
No.
Wild Woody! There's a boss that's a skeleton pirate and he goes, yo ho ho. I like how they look like completely different stylized skeletons to the stylized skeleton that you already are.
Yeah.
Like, what are they, racist against their own kind? If I was a skeleton, I wouldn't be racist anymore.
Because it'd all be skeletons.
You're supposed to say any more, question mark?
Oh, okay.
It's that classic line where it's like, there's only 2 types of people I hate. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
And the Dutch. Have you ever read the children's book series, The Floods?
No.
It's basically like the Addams Family.
Okay.
And there's like the constant, it constantly makes like jokes about Belgium for some reason. I'm just like, I don't get it, but I appreciate it. As a non-European, I don't really know what Belgium is, but I appreciate the jokes.
Sometimes I find that like stories like that, they'll be written by the people that they're making fun of, you know, so it's sort of like an in-joke thing. And it's funny, right, because people say sometimes at least, like, okay, this is a weird example. Have you ever heard of Brandon Rogers?
Yes? I can't remember what I've heard of him from. Is he an animator?
I haven't.
Well, he does voices for animations on YouTube, but mainly he's like a comedy YouTuber. I wouldn't call it sketch comedy. He kind of plays these characters, and they're very, very funny. I think he's great. But he has a few characters that could be considered like very homophobic, like they're very, very camp and over the top, right? It's interesting because he himself is gay. right?
Yeah.
But whenever anyone brings it up, they're like, well, him being gay doesn't matter at all. But I think to myself, actually, I think it kind of does, because it shows that, like, the character he's playing is not actually homophobic necessarily. He's making fun of himself, you know? He is gay, and I actually think that it makes it, like, you go, oh, okay, as opposed to it being, like, potentially problematic. I actually think that, like, yeah, I don't know. I think that it's just interesting that everyone's like, no, you like, doesn't matter what his sexuality is. Like, no, ultimately it doesn't, I suppose. But, like, just in terms of, like, whether or not it feels good to laugh at the content, I suppose.
Yeah. I think Seth MacFarlane does that as well in Family Guy. He makes, like, constant gay jokes, but he's gay.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, there you go. That's what I mean, where it's sort of like, it's nice to know that, like, you know, the person writing these jokes is most likely, like, not bigoted or anything like that, because they themselves are the people that they're making fun of.
Yeah, they appreciate the humor.
Yeah.
They take it in a good way.
But it's just so the audience, like, the audience knows that, like, that it's all in good fun.
It's a bit like characters like Token from South Park and Cleveland from Family Guy as well. Well, didn't they do something in The Simpsons with is it Apu?
Yeah, that's a whole big can of worms.
Okay.
But so Apu is an Indian character in The Simpsons, and for many years, I believe he was played by Hank Azaria, who is a white man, and he put on a bit of an Indian accent. And, you know, The Simpsons is a show that makes fun of, like, everyone, every culture of every kind. But there was a documentary, I forget what it was called, but it was a really well-known big documentary that basically called out The Simpsons for, you know, having this character who was considered a racial stereotype of Indian people. It's actually caused a lot of harm to Indian people, because people say, oh, you know, they'll treat Indian people like Apu. They're like, oh, you know, what, do you work at the Quickie Mart or something like that? You know, and it caused actually a lot of racist moments. And so what ended up happening is, in response, The Simpsons ended up, I believe, completely removing Apu as a whole, and actually ended up recasting all of their black characters that were originally voiced by white actors. But then there was this sort of, like, backwards debate where it's like, well, you know, yeah, like, they were making fun of them to a degree, but they make fun of everybody, you know? And Apu, you know, even though there were definitely some jokes at the expense of him being Indian, he was also a character who was, you know, in terms of Simpsons terms, actually, like a pretty like, good character, I suppose. Like, he's like one of his common traits is that, or one of his defining features in a particular episode is that, like, he's extremely attractive to, like, every single woman in the show. You know, they actually flatter him a lot of the time, so people are like, you know, Apu wasn't that bad. And so yeah, that's what the debate is. I'm not I'm not necessarily saying that, you know, one thing or the other. I'm just saying, like, that's the situation for you.
Next time.
Okay.
Next time on The Situation.